Hey, first off, wanna thank everybody over at watchmeshrink.org. The emails, I didn't think it would be as helpful, and definitely a phone conversation. Uh, so yeah, thank you, and thanks for putting me up on the Shrinkaholics. Uh, I just appreciate all the support. So yeah, this is my 14th day. I'm 2 weeks in today, and as of this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, I am 15 pounds down on the HCG diet. So crazy excited about that. It's when you first hear about it, especially when you hear about the 500 calories, it's it's it kind of threw me off, because I was thinking like, how can I do 500 calories, but at this point it's so many things that I've learned in just 2 weeks, and just like I said, talking to through email, and I actually talked to Journey by phone. I purchased the counseling package. It was $50. It's probably, I don't know. It was good for me. I don't know, but it's very, at this point it's easy. When I first started, I guess I was major skeptical. But so let me rewind it back. So the load up phase, that's perfect. You know what I mean? That's the easiest thing in the world, because you are encouraged to eat more of the bad food than you even eat before the diet. So the first 2 days, I mean, you just eating all kind of fried food, whatever. You're supposed to load up. And so the third day is when you actually start the 500 calorie diet. Now, for me, I was semi prepared. I had some things, and I figured, well, I have to work, and I didn't have everything that I needed. So honestly, that first day, I probably did. I don't know. I mean, I try to do healthy, because there's a few steps you got to follow as far as what how many times you can eat this type of meat, and not mix vegetables with fruit, just a few little things like that I wasn't totally prepared for. So the first day was, the third day, which is the first day of the 500 calorie portion of the diet, was probably my hardest day, because I had just got finished eating whatever I wanted to as usual, and I wasn't prepared as far as having, like, at least I had a few meal ideas, but they weren't good enough, and I was just coming off the cuff. I wasn't actually weighing my food. I hadn't bought a food scale yet. I was just kind of coming off the cuff. The fourth day, when I woke up, I had still lost 4 pounds, and I was amazed, because I had only did the 500 calorie portion one day, and I'm sure I did more than 500 calories, so I was blown away. So at that point, I immediately decided that I was gonna do. Sorry about that, my phone is. But at that point, I decided that I was gonna, make sure I do follow the diet, the protocols to a T. So I went out and bought a food scale. I read the book. I looked at the HCG approved cookbook that they sent me, and I just start kind of formulating different ways to get the maximum out of 500 calories. So maybe by the beginning of the second week, I'm not a pro, but I became, I got pretty good at, knowing myself, and when I would like my biggest meal. And so what I started doing was, really paying attention to my hunger level, and when I eat, and the calories I intake. So case in point, like, at work, when I get there, I always have a cup of coffee. So, I cut the sugar out of that. It's not as good, but still my first cup of the day, and I kind of need that. And so I cut the sugar out. And so I started having the Wassa toast. It's like two of these little cracker toast things. They're about that big. It's like two of them for 60 calories or something like that, and I'll have like a piece of fruit. And then then for lunch at work, I bring like either the 3.5 ounces of chicken with a couple of cups of vegetables, or fish, or some kind of lean meat. And then for dinner, I was eating the same portion that I was eating for lunch, and then I would have another cracker or something. So it was kind of like, it was cool, but it wasn't. I ended up finding a better way to do it. So what I started to do is like I started to count the calories, like really pay attention to the calories and when I was hungry and how much I needed to be satisfied. And so I found that in the mornings, I would, now I have like one piece of that wasa toast and like a half an apple, and I'm done. I'm fine. I drink my water. I'm fine. Lunchtime, and that's about at like 9 o'clock. I go to lunch at 1, so I have the 3.5 ounces of like a chicken or fish, like I said, and about a cup and a half of some kind of vegetable, and I'm good. And then for like, I get off of work at 6, so around 5, that's when I take my last drops for the day. After I take those drops, I have another cracker and the other half of the apple. So at this point, I'm a little over 200 calories in. And I get home, that's when I have my biggest meal. So I probably have 100 calories in vegetables, and again, like 100 calories or the 3.5 ounces in a meat. And like I make like kind of like a vegetable salad right now, where kind of chopping the meat up in there, and it's like, it looks big, it's full plate of food. I mean, most of it obviously is vegetables, but I season it up, and I have what, like, my mind feels like I have the same big plate of dinner. um and then after that, I still have 60 calories or so uh left, and if like, I want to have another piece of fruit or another cracker, and it might not sound like a lot, but honestly, it's so doable. Like, it's fine. I mean, it's days, if you let yourself, you can go all day without eating, just because you don't get that aggressive hunger anymore. With that too, I've done that too, and noticed that, but when you do get hungry, you get really hungry. If you go all day without eating, I mean, like 9 o'clock, you're gonna be like, I'm hungry. And so you know how it is when you're hungry. You want everything. You think like, this is going, what it's going to take to nourish you. So I would suggest not to even let yourself get to that point, and kind of portion your meals out and have a plan on what you're going to eat throughout the day. As far as exercise, I just actually started a new job. So I'm working 2 jobs now. And my partner at my first job, he was on vacation for a month, so I'm working 6 days. So say all that to say, I haven't had any exercise, which is incredible that I lost this much without exercise. But I don't plan on not exercising. Actually, tomorrow I plan on starting. I'm gonna see how I feel. I know the book says, not to really overexert yourself, so I'm gonna really see how I feel. I'm gonna start off with like maybe an elliptical, 20 minutes, something like that, just something light. If I feel good, I might step it up. If I feel like, I've overexerted myself, then I'll, lean back on it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And just major love to watchmeshrink.org. You know, Journey, just so supportive. I appreciate it. That's a lot of love for, my $75. I got a lot of love, and plus my $50. But I feel like, really, that you really were concerned, and thanks. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's my shrinkaholic video, and I hope that it helps. I'm gonna post a couple of befores and afters. All right, peace.